And thank you very much for taking the time to review this information. My name is John Kinnear. I am the Vice President with Sales and Marketing for Infinii, and it's my distinct pleasure to share the following with you. Before we begin, it's important you understand that Infinii supports a retail-focused business model with significant customer activity and real value offered to our customers. A high percentage of our user base is comprised of customers and end users. So with that, I'd like to quickly discuss some changes that are happening that are having a fairly significant effect on all of us, depending on where you live, but also regardless of where you live, these changes are starting to infiltrate your quality of life. And these changes are very much technology. So in contrast to the Industrial Revolution, where our information used to come from newspapers or television or radio, we're seeing a very significant shift, not only from where our media is coming from, but who's behind our media, and also the ability for many of us to take a driver's seat as well and participate in the generation of such media. So things like Twitter and Facebook and YouTube are all playing a very key role. Also important to understand, though, is that average individuals, just like myself, have the opportunity to use these platforms and create income sources for themselves. For example, 8-year-old Evan that has a series of YouTube channels that review toys. He's an 8-year-old boy and he absolutely loves toys, and so he's found himself generating a very significant, more than $1 million a year income just by accumulating a database of other young boys and girls that are excited about the new toys that are coming up for each year and watching Evan review them. The global taxi industry obviously is enormous. One might consider it expensive. It could be considered inefficient, certainly monopolistic, and depending on where you live in the world, those monopolies can have various adverse effects. In contrast, an app called Uber, founded in 2009, already has a market valuation of $50 billion, and just like YouTube, there are individuals choosing to use this product to create an additional income source for themselves. And then finally, Hilton Hotel, we consider obviously a giant, a global giant with some beautiful properties all around the world. In contrast to that, Airbnb, which is a website that was founded in 2008 and performs a very important but a very simple function. It connects travelers with home and apartment owners and puts the two of those together, and already, according to CNN Money, has a market valuation of over $25 billion. $19 billion for Hilton, $25 billion for Airbnb, and Airbnb owns no real estate. And again, it's important to note that there are individuals that are using this platform, in this case, this very simple website, to create significant income for themselves. Now, when we take a look at this huge shift that's happening in commerce, specifically retail, I grew up as a retail business owner. And I grew up spending an awful lot of money to pay the rent for the location that my business was in, which was an enclosed shopping mall. So an awful lot of money for that, a lot of money for staffing, electricity to keep the lights on, insurance to keep my business safe, inventory, and so on and so forth. Retail business owners in many parts of the world are finding they're having a difficult time now competing with this huge movement of people willing to spend on websites all around the world. And you can see some of these huge sites that are not only US-based sites, but there's Japanese sites in here. There's Alibaba and Lazada, Walmart, Tesco, European sites as well. So really, this is a global trend that's starting to happen. We've seen over $11 trillion in worldwide e-commerce sales in 2014. And what's really staggering is that $11 trillion is only representing between 1.5% and 2% of all retail activity. So we see this is a trend that is, because of the challenges of retail today, how difficult it's going to be for them to compete with online prices. This is obviously a trend that's going to continue to rise, not only in the next 2 or 3 years, but the next 10 years, 20 years and beyond. Now, just like the other platforms we talked about, there are opportunities to turn this e-commerce trend into profits as well. And this is where Infinii comes in. We have industry-leading platforms that allow anybody to turn e-commerce profits quickly and effectively. In fact, if you have a look at the fast facts column on this slide, Amazon, Facebook, Alphabet, and Alphabet is the parent company for Google, and eBay are representing more than 70% of all of this online e-commerce traffic, and that has a market valuation of over $1.5 trillion. And Infinii is working with all four of these significant companies. How well are we doing? I think this photograph probably speaks for itself. Infinii members have moved more than $2 billion worth of sales to end consumers to date. And to date means really just over 2 years. This is a relatively short period of time that this platform has been running. Members since 2013 September, so just over 2 years, have profited more than $380 million from doing just that. So the first thing I would like to introduce you to is an offering called Springboard. Now, Springboard may be considered your first introduction into e-commerce. And then really, while you're using our Springboard platform, it gives you a little bit of time to start to understand and to develop your Amazon and eBay accounts. So here's the way Springboard works. First of all, this is important to understand that this is a platform that can be used by both seasoned sellers and rookies as well. So regardless of whether you have any experience or not, this is a platform that would be very effective for you. So first of all, Infinii has a vendors team that negotiates and brings some of the best-selling products at some of the best prices available that they've pre-negotiated. So you don't have to worry about research. You don't have to worry about what's trending. You don't have to worry about that negotiation. You certainly don't have to worry about logistics or importing anything either. And then you have an opportunity from these lists of products to either sell those items yourself, or you can select a managed service option and you can have our team bundle and sell these at Amazon or eBay on your behalf. So you can see the two options here: manage and sell yourself, or have us do that for you, and you would just simply be charged an appropriate management fee. So this is really well suited for those that are either on a limited budget, those that don't have a lot of time right now to invest in developing their own Amazon or eBay business, or those of our international partners that a lot of the Amazon and eBay e-commerce activity may be new to. This is a great entry point for you. So here's a little bit more detail into how this will work. Firstly, if you take a look at the bullet points at the top, again, it's designed to jumpstart your business for the first 90 days. That's the primary purpose for this. Access pre-researched, high-demand branded products at lowest possible prices. You can sell these at margins yourself, or again, have the team of experts do them for you. And of course, it's a great way to scale up your business. So in this particular circumstance, you'll see a Springboard product. This is a toy. It's a Spider-Man puzzle. And there's 1,000 of these units available. There's a unit price. You can see at $3 and a retail price. And then you see a management fee. And of course, there's also eBay and Amazon fees as well. So you would go then and you have access to a certain number of these units. You decide how many you'd like, what the total price is based on the cost price of each unit, and then you have a product management option, and that is to either have them shipped to yourself and you disperse of those yourself, or you select the manage, sell, and ship this product for me box, and it can be done for you. So we've got 3 more detailed examples for you, and you just get a sort of a sense of this pattern and how this works. So the first is an architect lamp. This is a desktop lamp with a long swing arm that you can use for any architect or artwork or drawing needs. Now this has a unit cost of $8. There's 100 of these available. In this particular case, you can see in the center column, the individual here has selected 10 of these units for a total cost of $80. And then if you go to the far right, you can see that we've got an assumed retail price where this is assumed to be sold for $22.90, minus that unit cost, minus any handling eBay and Amazon fees, and then that management fee if you wanted us to sell that for you. So you've got a potential profit of just under $6. You purchased 10 units, and so you have a profit of, in this case, just under $60. Second example is name brand Champion sweatpants. A few more units available, 500 available. In this case, our member chose to purchase 25 of those, for a total cost of $100. And same thing, we've got an assumed retail price minus all costs. Now you can see here in this case, the management fee is $0. There's no management fee charged because in this case, our member chose to sell that product by themselves. So they have a total potential profit of just under $5 times 25 units, and you can see the appropriate profit there. And then finally, you've got a baby Einstein. So this is for a baby. This is like a teething rattle or a toy, and 20 units were purchased for a total cost of $60 because there's a $3 cost per unit. And again, an assumed retail price of just under $19 with a potential profit of just over $10 times 20 units. So in this case, a little more than a $200 potential profit when all those units are ultimately sold. So now what I would like to do is introduce you to the more robust suite of e-commerce platforms that Infinii has built their reputation and is going to be running from. First of all, introduction to a couple of people. First, Rachel, and then Stephen. Now, Rachel is a consumer. Obviously, you can see from her computer screen that she's shopping online for something. In this case, she's shopping eBay for cookware, and this is the product that you can see on her screen that she's been looking at. Now, she's found a price that she's happy with, and that's $114.85. Now, earlier, Stephen is going to have an opportunity making money by selling something that he found earlier at a lower price and is able to then profit by selling this to Rachel on eBay. And the way the process works is actually quite simple. First of all, Rachel found a price she was happy with. Stephen found a discounted price earlier that he felt he could create a profit from. So what he would simply do is take all the appropriate coding and information and import that details or that data into his Infinii e-commerce platform. And as soon as a purchase is made from his listing on eBay, that system automatically will then track the product down at the $68.60 price, make the purchase then, giving Stephen an opportunity to profit $46.25. And so ultimately, he was able to make money without even seeing this product physically, without handling it physically, but simply inserting himself into the supply chain. And so there are three levels with which you can participate in this basic strategy. And the first is Prime. So the Prime is the first of our platform offerings. Prime is just under $50 per month, and it gives you the ability to get your feet using the three largest online retailers, and those being Google. Often Google's online platform is called Bonanza, or eBay, or Amazon, or all three of them. So the first thing is important to understand is the Springboard offering that we just talked about. You can access 15 Springboard products at any particular time. Then as far as the Prime and the whole e-commerce platform is concerned, we're going to show you how to make money when your friends shop locally or when they shop online. We're also going to show you how you can turn an application on your phone, a scanning device on your phone, into profits. You're also going to have an opportunity through our Infinii marketplace to access millions of discounted products. And you can do multiple things, multiple techniques with those discounted products to turn that into profit for yourself. You can obviously get involved in this platform anywhere in the world. And then finally, the digital products and services are another area that you'll have access to in multiple different ways to profit from as well. The next offering is Surge. Surge is just under $150 US monthly. And this gives you an opportunity to start really building out your online empire. First of all, it's important to understand you have access to 30 Springboard products at any particular time. But then you also now have opportunities to start to really automate your business. You're going to be able to sell on 5 different platforms instead of the 3 that we mentioned with Prime. You're going to be able to generate cash back on all of your sales to even further maximize your profits. You have access to many more times of product sources. And then finally, you are going to get all the benefits of Prime rolled into your Surge package. And then finally, Excel. For those of you who really want to knock your business out of the park, like those individuals on the photograph that you saw, many of them were generating a very, very attractive 6-figure annual income. This often is the method with which they're accomplishing what they're accomplishing. So this is where you're going to start to brand yourself globally and really access deals from all around the world. First of all, again, as it relates to Springboard, though, you'll have access to 60 Springboard products at any particular time. By the way, with all of these Springboard offerings, you can choose to purchase more opportunities to buy products and participate in Springboard offerings at any particular time. You now have an opportunity, because the way the Excel platform works, to pay less fees in some areas and actually profit even higher per sale. You obviously are going to have step-by-step support as you start to create multinational product. You can actually create your own brands. You are going to be able to fully understand and exploit Amazon's FBA. This is the Fulfillment by Amazon system. In fact, Fulfillment by Amazon is a part of what we're doing in operating that Springboard offering you learned about a moment ago. And then, of course, you're also going to get all the Prime and all the Surge benefits as well. So that brings us to a bit of a crossroads. Now, this slide is a little bit unique when we're talking about network marketing because primarily in network marketing offerings, the intent is to find a product that you're attracted to, align with that product, and then start building a network or a database of individuals to consume that product and build a business for yourself. What's so interesting, and I think is attracting so many people to the Infinii offering, is that regardless of whether you wanted to share this product list and services to anybody, you have a very significant opportunity to create all the additional income that you would need simply by using one or many of these platforms all by yourself and not sharing them with a single soul. So this is a bit of a crossroads in that you can either just use our platforms to profit, or you can do both. You can start to share these platforms with the people that are important to you, give them an opportunity to profit from them as well, and also start to build a network for yourself and capitalize on what we think is a very remarkable rewards plan. So there's 6 specific ways within the rewards plan, completely separate from our product offerings, that you can earn within Infinii. So let's walk through those really quickly. Now, before we do, I just want to lay a bit of a foundation for you. There are 2 very unique ways that you're going to earn simultaneously with Infinii. And the first is a dual team type of a compensation model, and the second is a unilevel type model. And you can see obviously from the drawings here essentially how these operate. And I'll talk on this a little bit more as we walk through these details. The first thing that's very important for you to understand, though, is that your rank, and your rank determines your earnings. Your earnings obviously determine whatever degree of success that you may be looking for. Your rank is going to be determined by your PET. Now that's an acronym for Personal Enrollment Tree. And so what's unique about this is if you have any experience with dual team, obviously the prefix or the word dual is implying 2. So a dual team is a 2-sided business, and that's what you can see on the far left-hand side of this drawing. You can see a red line representing where you may be held up because of a lack of balance in your dual team business model. That's not going to be relevant here because the design of this, what we call an accelerated dual team model, means that your rank is not being determined by the balance in growth of your dual team business, but rather it's being determined by your personal enrollment tree. So in fact, you could actually hit the highest rank in this company even if 99% of the growth of your business was on one side of your dual team. This is very important for you to understand moving forward. Now, the next thing that's important for you to understand is how business volume accumulates within your dual team and within your unilevel business. So business volume accumulates a number of different ways. And again, one of the things that we're very excited about to be offering to you is, unlike aligning yourself with that favorite product that you may have had in the past with a previous network marketing experience, here you're actually going to be able to see business volume accumulate within your business from hundreds or thousands or even tens of thousands of different types and styles of products from all around the world. So your income is not limited to the acceptance and consumption of just one particular product type. So what you'll see first of all is the obvious as Pam starts to build out her very basic team, Sue on one side of her business, Mark on the other. First of all, she's generating business volume from the platform that either one of her team members are using. But next to that, as Sue starts to use these platforms successfully, Pam is also generating business volume on Sue's activities. And as Mark starts to use, in this case, the marketplace where he purchased an item, now he may fully well chose to purchase that item to then go on and profit by selling that item using one of our platforms. If that was the case, Pam's going to generate business volume in all of that activity as well. Not to mention all of the customer activity as customers start to get drawn to these really incredible discounted products and prices that we're going to have available all around the world. So here's just a quick graphic that's going to show you how many of these activities and opportunities are going to increase business volume as they grow through your business. Now, the first of the 6 unique ways you get paid is called a Fast Start bonus. And the Fast Start bonus essentially is taking 15% of whichever platform your friends begin with on their very first month, and it puts that money into your jeans right away. So it's really that first step, getting your feet wet and starting to have some Infinii dollars into your pocket immediately. The second is something called a beginner bonus. Now, you may not have heard of a beginner bonus before. It's very unique. It's a pool, and what we're doing is we're taking 6% of all of the money within the rewards plan, and we're pooling all of that money for individuals. In this case, obviously, it's beginners. This really is going to be a bonus that is going to be benefited mostly by individuals that start off their Infinii business slowly. This is new to them. They may be a little bit nervous in sharing information with friends. It's something they've never done before. So to qualify for the beginner bonus is a very simple thing to do. It's one person on the left of my business and one person on the right of my business. And when I do that, I've met that qualification. So I'm going to earn in that pool, which is made up of 6% of all the money in the rewards plan. And every single person who qualifies as the beginner bonus will also earn that as well. And that's how we'll determine what you earn from your beginner bonus every single month. Now, the great thing, though, is that if you, again, are someone who builds a little bit more slowly, maybe in your first month you successfully add 2 people to your business, but in your second month you don't actually create any new growth for yourself, that's okay. Because of the beginner bonus pool, you're still going to have an opportunity to profit from and earn from our rewards plan. Now, there's 2 different ways that we're calculating your potential earning from the beginner bonus. The first is on your personal volume, so that's your activity points. So that could be your platform plus any e-commerce or marketplace activities. Whatever it is, it's volume that you're generating by yourself. The second way could be your group volume, or as your team starts to grow, which is determined by your PET volume. So an example, example 1, the first one, the activity points, if you had 200 activity points accumulated, you could earn 1.5 times that total, in that case $300 for the month. Also, you can see it below that, 400 business volume from your PET volume could give you 1.5 times, or $600 as a possible earning cap maximum for your beginner bonus. Now, which one do we use? Whichever one is lower. And this is obviously designed to protect the integrity of the beginner bonus, because these are earnings that you're going to have happening even if you're not building your business. Accelerated dual team. Now, this is further an extension of the dual team we talked about earlier. You actually have an opportunity to generate up to $50,000 every single week from your dual team bonus, and that can take the form of 20% earning maximum on the lesser side of your business. From that diagram we showed you earlier with the red line, you can earn up to 20% of the lesser volume in your business, and that range is actually from 10 to 20. We'll show you how that plays out right now. First thing that's important to understand is there's 3 different families of ranks. So when we first get started, we're working from the manager family of ranks. So we can see here there's Pam and the first 2 people that she's added to her business. So she obviously has become beginner bonus qualified. So she's starting to draw from that pool. The first thing Pam wants to focus on doing is help Mark and Sue become beginner bonus qualified as well. Okay, that's really getting our business building as effectively as possible. Now you can see what starts to happen though as volume continues to accrue from people sharing Infinii with others and people getting involved using one of our product platforms. You can see an accumulation at the end of this particular week of 8,000 business volume. Now in this case, because Pam's still in the manager family of ranks, she's going to earn 10% of that volume total. So 10% of 8,000 earns Pam for the week $800 US. But as her business continues to grow, and you can see here she's also personally enrolled 2 more friends. Sam and Kim are also sponsored by Pam. Her business continues to grow. She now moves in because of her business volume totals, and you'll see the legend later on in our control document. She's now in the director family of ranks, and she's earning 15% from the lesser side business volume total. So in this case, $4,200 for a week. And then finally, as that business continues to surge forward, what you'll see happen is Pam start to benefit from the ambassador family of ranks, which is a 20% on the lesser side of her business for her dual team earnings. Now, while all of this is happening, you're also starting to profit from what we call Infinii Pay. What's remarkable about this is a unilevel type of a program, but unlike anything you've probably seen before, you actually have the opportunity to earn from unlimited depth within this unilevel model. So this is PET, or personal enrollment tree based, and let's show you how this works. So back to the model again, Pam and the team that she's personally enrolled. Now what starts to happen is they of course start to personally enroll their friends, and so on and so forth. And at the end of each week, just like with the dual team, in this case the 4 personally sponsored individuals that Pam's added to her business, where the system is keeping track of all 4 and the business volume from their entire organizations. So Sam, for example, has just over 19,000 in volume, and 5%, that's $980 for that week that Pam's going to earn from her Infinity Pay as a result of Mark's growing team. Likewise, in Sue's business is a little over 21,000. So Sue, her organization, Pam's going to earn $1,060 for that week. In Mark's case, just over $1,000 as well. And then in Kim's case, Pam will earn $600 for that week. And if we extrapolate that over the course of the month, in this case, Pam already, only from personally enrolling 4 individuals in her PET, she's hit the executive director rank, and she's looking at almost $15,000 for the month in Infinity Pay bonuses. Now, more than that, and this is very noteworthy, you can actually earn up to $200,000 monthly from each and every personally sponsored line of lineage. So let's show you a little bit more how that works in just a moment. And then the 5th way you earn, this is not a typo, this is truly life-changing bonuses. This is called our elevation rank bonuses. And you can earn up to $10 million in cumulative bonuses, again, beginning at the director family of ranks and working all the way through the ambassador family of ranks. So here's that control doc I was mentioning earlier. Now you can see our 3 rank families, 10, 15, and 20% for our dual team earnings. And if you were to scan all the way over to the Infinity Pay, you can start to see the director family is where your Infinity Pay turns on. You can also see, if you scan over one more column, the elevation rank achievements. At director is where that elevation achievement begins. So you have an opportunity when you hit the rank of director of earning $10,000 US as an elevation achievement bonus. Now, if you do that in 90 days, you can receive an additional $10,000 for a total of $20,000 US. And if you look over a little bit further to the right, in parentheses, there's a number. In this case, it's the number 2. So that $10,000 will be split over 2 months. Following your elevation achievement, you'll also be rewarded your 90-day director bonus. And in the next rank of senior director, now remember, these are cumulative in nature. So the $20,000 will be added to the 10 or the 20 above. And when you hit your senior director, you'll earn another $20,000, and this will be paid to you in over 4 months. Just like when you hit executive director, now you've opened yourself up to another elevation bonus of $50,000, which will be paid to you over 12 months, and so on and so forth, all the way down the list. Now, when you get to presidential director and then the final 4 ambassador ranks, there's something that's very unique that's happening. And this is called a loyalty retirement. So you can see starting at presidential and then the following 4 ranks, there's a plus and then another denomination. And that's an amount of money that you will receive every year times the number of years that follows. So times 2 years for $25,000 if you're presidential, times 5 years at $40,000 if you're ambassador, and so on and so forth. Now, the reason this is here, long now has network marketing been, let's say, shared with others as an opportunity to truly retire yourself. This is Infinii trying to take that to the next level and truly create a retirement program for you. So when you start to hit any of those last 5 ranks, even if you choose to stop promoting and building your Infinii business, those loyalty retirement incomes are going to be made available to you. And then the last bonus, if you decide to take a real leadership role with Infinii, you're also going to open yourself up to another pool. Now, this is just like the beginner bonus pool of 6%. This is a little bit over 4%, but we call this a global bonus program. And the reason it's so important is wherever you live in the world, even if you focus your entire business building efforts in that part of the world, you have an opportunity to profit from some of the most significant growth, some of the most significant markets around the world for Infinii. So if you live, for example, in Hong Kong, and America is absolutely surging, and you're seeing some incredible numbers from the chat within your back office or postings on Facebook of how well America is doing with Infinii, rest assured, as a director, senior director, executive director, and beyond, you're still going to be able to profit from the incredible achievements that we're seeing the American team generate, or in Germany, or in other parts of Europe, other parts of Asia, South America, etc. Making sure that you're generating a profit from the global bonus pool is something very important for you to focus on. Now, there's 3 primary steps that we would like to encourage everyone to do to really get their business thriving. And the first step, and the most obvious, is sharing this with the first friend that you'd like to see working with you in your business. That's going to create a fast start bonus for you immediately. It's going to be your first taste of profits, and it'll get your business rolling. But then you really want to quickly roll that into becoming beginner bonus qualified. So your dual team is now growing in balance. A friend on your left, a friend on your right. And then finally, helping those individuals also become beginner bonus qualified and letting that really take on a life of its own. And then finally, really trying to hit that director bonus in 90 days and put that extra $20,000 in bonuses in your pocket. So with that, I would like to thank you so much for your time and attention for the last few minutes while we walked through these details. I hope this created some questions for you. I also hope it's answered some questions for you. Please make sure you get to the person that shared this information with you and decide whether this is something for you. We'd certainly love to have you working with us.